recording, Craig. Welcome back, Craig. Welcome back to the Believe Me If You Don't podcast, where we've actually been consistent for the past few weeks. Not super consistent, but just consistent enough to our standards. You know what I'm saying? Well, just wanted to hop on, do an episode mainly about, what's been happening over the past week or so. The biggest thing was Nintendo did a Nintendo Direct on September 12th. I didn't get to watch it live or anything like that. I had to rewatch it, but basically it was about an hour and 10-ish minutes, which is pretty good for just one big company doing their own like show essentially. So, but it'd probably just be me tonight. Didn't really call anyone in, just put it in the chat, something like, hey, I'm gonna maybe do an episode. But if they join, they join. If not, it's whatever. Obviously they're out doing their own thing. Donkey still ish wow. Jordan, I think, has finished Hollow Knight, Silk Song. But just working through, I think, I'm not sure if he's trying to 100% it, but I think he's trying to do some harder stuff of it. I think him and Kiwi are also playing the new season of PoE or Path of Exile 2. And then Kiwi is actually trying to finish the Lies of P DLC Overture. He's doing a legendary and he's on the last boss and getting very frustrated because that boss is hard as shit. But, that's how he wants to play, and that's great. I wish Kiwi the best on that boss because that boss is ass. I did beat it, but I chose the easy way out, mainly because of the time that I have and the frustration that boss brings and my skill level, But it was an awesome DLC. I hope, besides this boss, Kiwi is liking it for the most part. It was me and Jordan already did a review on it. We'll get Kiwi's thoughts on it probably when he's finished. I'm sure it'll be pretty negative after listening to him fight the last boss for about an hour or two the other night. So, and then I think they are also playing Elden Ring Night Rain. It got a new update, a pretty big update for that live service type game. I don't think we've done an episode on that. I need to get with them to talk about that. So, and then as far as me and Black Hammer, still obviously playing shit COD. The new Call of Duty is coming up in a couple months, which is, it'll be the same Call of Duty. But other than that, we've been playing Helldivers 2, and we stopped Ground 2. Already did our kind of first impressions on it and stuff, but for whatever reason, I got like an itch to play it again without him, and just we finished the story, like the main story or whatever, but I wanted to go back and really get prepared for this new update that's coming. I think at the end of this month, it's got a new boss, and it's a part of the fall update, I think. So I'm just trying to collect some of the hidden weapons that we missed. Probably going to hit him up to play this week just to finish a couple of things that we didn't, finish. But other than that, we've been playing Helldivers 2. He and I will definitely do an episode. It's been a struggle because of that game is brutal, especially when you don't play with 4 players and don't have the communication. But it's been fun, in my opinion. I'll obviously we'll get his thoughts and impressions of the game. I'm 100% glad that Sony finally lifted their shit and let Xbox be a part of, their universe. And it even, oddly enough, apparently it sold more on Xbox in the first 5 days or something than it did on PlayStation and PC. So that's awesome to see. I'm glad they're breaking those type of barriers so everyone can play. I know Sony wants to have their exclusives to sell the consoles because that's not what Xbox does. Nintendo does, but they have their own audience. Um, so I'm glad that people are starting to, like, companies are starting to realize like they can't only just depend on one console. And we'll talk about in this Nintendo Direct, but Square Enix is realizing that, you know, remake, Intergrade, and Rebirth. They're phenomenal games. Whatever people want to say about them, but in my opinion, they're phenomenal recreations of the original Final Fantasy VII. And it's a shame that Sony basically cuckolded them by only giving it to the PlayStation fans. And then the PC fans, yeah, I realize that, but that's like 6 months down the road. And that's still just unfair to Final Fantasy fans. So I know in the past, it seems like, in just in my opinion, I've only ever owned like an Xbox 360, but Xbox players aren't very big RPG fans. Obviously, they had Final Fantasy 13 on Xbox, and I don't think it did very well. But it's Square Enix and PlayStation has always had this like relationship. But after seeing their low numbers, because that game deserved so much more praise. I know there's critiques for it and everything like that people want to have or whatever, but it's still a phenomenal game, and I'm looking forward to the third one and ending that trilogy and what they have, what they're going to create. But they're finally realizing that it can't just survive off of the PlayStation alone, and even PC down the road. And the Xbox needs to be involved, and Nintendo needs to be involved. So, but yeah, just a little kind of recap of what we've been doing. Really, um, I've been playing WoW. Also, it's getting to the point where it's just very repetitive, and especially not being able to play with like Donkey Jordan, Kiwi Rack anymore. I'm just doing it on my own, which has been fun. And even playing with my father-in-law a little bit, but I know he's playing the game a little bit differently than I am. And WoW has always been the thing of very repetitive once you get in the flow of it week after week. And I just can't keep up with, even with one tune, I can't keep up with what all you need to do just to upgrade your stuff. And so I'm definitely falling off. However, I probably will return before this expansion ends, before midnight comes out. Especially if they do another collector's bounty. Just obviously want to come back to maybe collect some mounts. I know Legion Remix is coming up, but Legion was a phenomenal expansion, and I know they're expediting some things, but I also don't want to re-level and everything like that. I know Donkey's going to go ham for the mounts, but good for him. From what I saw though in the trailer for Midnight and the deep dives and shit, it looks awesome. It's another WoW expansion, raids, dungeons, zones. Um, the warband stuff is awesome. That's one of the best quality of life things that they could have ever done for that game, for your alts and whatnot. So I hope they continue that. Obviously, Midnight is getting player housing finally, and hopefully they do it right this time, unlike in Warlords. I know Donkey Jordan, Kiwi, and maybe even Rack have their own opinions on player housing and WoW, and it you know breaking up the communities. But whether we want to admit it or not, ever since basically like Wrath of the Lich King with Dungeon Finder and stuff, they've been alienating their audience in their servers and realms and whatnot for over a decade now. So I don't think this is going to be any different. Obviously, people want to go to a hub city, hang out, but what's the point of it? Because you can whisper anybody, especially You can even whisper people cross server now, cross faction. So, the limitations on that, why can't you just have your player housing and just go sit in there and chill and not listen to dumbass trade chat? I'm sure you'll be absolutely be able to accomplish your end goal for however you want to play WoW, whether it be hardcore, casual, just delves, dungeons, whatever, PvP, whatever. You'll be able to do that within your player housing. So, but yeah, that's just what I've been doing. I did just finish the new Digimon. I think it's called Time Stranger demo. It was actually a long ass demo, close to 2 hours, and I absolutely cannot wait for this game. I've played Digimon in the PlayStation 1 era, 2 era, some of my favorite games. Some of the more modern ones, I played Cyber Sleuth. It was great. It is what it is for Digimon. Just trying to raise your Digimon, go up and down in Digi-evolutions or Digivolving. I think this one's going to be awesome. It looks great. It's vibrant world. It's still anime as shit, but whatever. You are going to be able to ride Digimon, which is even better in my opinion. And it's got some of the older Digimon. I definitely look forward to this one. But I think it comes out October 3rd. Unfortunately, it's going to be overshadowed a lot by Ghost of Yote. But I would be playing it over Ghost of Yote. Not throwing any shade at Ghost. I never played Ghost of Tsushima, but obviously it gets its own praise, and I'm sure Ghost of Yote will do the same thing and be the conversation for Game of the Year. So, but before that, I will be playing, and it comes out at the end of this month of September, Final Fantasy Tactics: The Ivalice Chronicles. It's basically like a remake slash remaster of the Final Fantasy Tactics game from PS1. I love that game. It's one of the best tactical games of all time, one of the best Final Fantasy games of all time, and it's finally coming in its full, glory. I know the one podcast, a gaming podcast that I do listen to, they are not very impressed by the art style because it didn't necessarily change. But the biggest things that are coming to the game is you can play it two different ways. Original, where some cutscenes will get voice acting, but most of it's just text. You read it like the old school, or you can play the new way where they have a full voice cast of the main characters and even some of the side characters. And of course, Ben Starr is one of them. That's, I know this man is a Final Fantasy nerd, 16, with Clive and whatnot, but he's in Tactics, and that's awesome. So I'll probably play with the voice casting because that's just, I think it's better. Like I obviously I can read. I just prefer not to read. I want to hear those voices to see those people get into their characters and whatnot. So I'm looking forward to it. So I'll give my thoughts, impressions, maybe a review once I beat it. October is going to be a busy ass month for me and the family. Going to Disney World. I'm not going to say what time because I don't want our fans to swarm me and whatnot. But we'll be out there seeing Mickey Mouse and whatnot. So, and in October as well, Pokemon Legends ZA. I will be getting my hands on a Switch 2 finally with ZA. It's unfortunate that when I'm not going to say, well, not that it matters. When it does come out is when we're basically going to Disney World. So I won't get much time to play. But that's perfectly fine. That's the point of that Pokemon game for me. Every so often, just to dive back in, find my love for Pokemon, and move on. Nintendo, if you're ever listening to this, please, for the love of God, remake, remaster, whatever. I don't port. We just want the original first 2 or 3 gens on the Switch 2, whatever. We want to be able to play them. Obviously, you guys don't like pirating things. Us pirating, not that I pirate, but I'm too dumb to do it. Just let us, just $100. I don't care for blue, yellow, red. Just let us have it, and then gold, silver. Oh, it would be absolutely amazing. I do think I'm going to buy an SP and get 1 through 3 gen just so I can replay them, and then obviously keep a save copy for Oliver and um, the new child that's coming down the road, uh, so they can see how we played. Hopefully, Nintendo picks up their shit and finally realizes like Pokemon is the biggest franchise in the world. It's pretty simple. People are gonna buy this no matter how many times you remake it, remaster it, whatever. So, well, that was a long ass intro. So, the topic of the show basically is me talking about the Nintendo Direct that happened. I finally found an article of what was shown in order, I believe. For whatever reason, the bigger places like IGN and Polygon and stuff have it listed up like the biggest topics, which is stupid because somebody reviewing this, if they ever do a podcast like what I'm trying to do, they want to go in order of what was shown. And maybe Gabe's spot is completely out of order because it's been a couple days since I watched it. So if it is, whatever. Hopefully nobody sues me. So like I said, this show is it's supposed to be 60 minutes, but it was about an hour and 10 just because they had a secret thing shown at the end. Not, in my opinion, wasn't very big. But basically, they started out with it's Super Mario Brothers 40th anniversary. That's absolutely amazing. Super Mario Brothers is, Mario's their biggest franchise besides Pokemon. Like, it's their mascot, essentially. And they wanted to show some stuff off. They showed a teaser trailer for the next Mario movie, and it's going to be Galaxy. And a lot of people are happy for that, and I am as well. Mario Galaxy was some of the best Mario games ever, and them just continuing that franchise. Obviously, the first Mario movie done amazing. I'm sure Galaxy will do just as good. So, and then on top of that, they showed off remasters for Galaxy 1 and Galaxy 2 coming to the Switch 2 and Switch. It's kind of shitty. It's basically just going to be a remaster / port over to the Switch 2 and Switch. And they're going to be selling as a bundle for $70 or individually $39. Like that's insane. But people are going to buy this. And honestly, if I have time after Tactics, Digimon, ZA, there's not much for me in November, December besides COD. I may pick up this because, like I said, Sunshine or Galaxy was awesome. So then they talking about some amiibos. I never really got into amiibos. That's Nintendo stuff, but it looks cool. Mario Tennis Forever. It's a new Mario Tennis game. They're big on their Mario sports games, baseball. I feel like there's been a lot of Mario Tennis games, but I don't play these. They look fun for a minute or two, so hopefully it does well. Looks like Super Mario Brothers Wonder, the latest Super Mario Brother game, is getting a Switch 2 edition and some new multiplayer content. So it's coming in spring 2026. We got Yoshi and the Mysterious Book. Oh, it's a new Yoshi game. Yeah, sure that'll be okay. Got Storm Lancers. It's a retro-inspired action game coming to Switch. It doesn't say Switch 2, so that's odd. But it's out already. Looks okay. We got Dinkum. It's an acute survival game inspired by the Australian wilderness. So basically, you'll die over and over. We got Popucum. Popicum. I don't. I don't. I don't know. It's a cute co-op game. It will test your teamwork skills later this year. Hooray! And then here was the other thing that I was talking about a little bit earlier with Final Fantasy. Finally, Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade. That's, the first game / the one with Tifa, introducing her. It will be coming to Switch 2 finally. Or Switch and Switch 2, I assume. Well, it actually says it'll land on Switch January 22nd. And then also in parentheses, it says Final Fantasy VII Remake, Switch 2 and Xbox release date set. So that's like I said, it sounds like the Square Enix was able to get out of their exclusive deals with Sony, and they're going to be coming to Switch and Xbox, and that's awesome. And we got some news the other day. Obviously, Rebirth will probably be later 2026 for those consoles, but Part 3 will also be coming to everything. And now it didn't necessarily specify if it's going to come to PlayStation first and then a little bit a lot shorter than what it has in the past coming to the other consoles. I hope it's everything from PC, PlayStation 5, maybe 6 when we're there, Xbox, whatever, and Switch 2. So next we got Tomodachi Life Living the Dream. It's a weird life simulator, customizable Mii creations from back in the day with the Wii. Looks wonderful, I guess you could say. Hades 2. It's already out on PC, technically early access and stuff, but it's coming out digitally September 25th for Switch 2. And then physical releases release on November 20th. September is a banger ass month, honestly, with basically the shadow-ish drop of Silk Song and then Hades 2 releasing in the same month. And on top of that, you had Borderlands 4, which released a couple days ago. So September is a banger month for anyone. Next up, we got Mega Man Legacy Star Force Collection. It's just a bunch of Mega Man Star Force games being bundled in a single collection. Good job, Mega Man. Next up, we got Kirby Air Riders. It looks like it's 2 amiibos, and then they talked about how there was an individual Air Riders Direct. So it's another kart racer. Seems like there's a bunch of kart racers this year. Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection. This looks awesome. I want to see, what does that actually come with? But yeah, that comes October 30th this year digitally, and physical version is December 20th. What does it come with, though? So the collection is Mortal Kombat 2, Mortal Kombat 3, Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3, Mortal Kombat 4, Mortal Kombat Trilogy, Mortal Kombat Advance, Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance, and Mortal Kombat Tournament Edition. That's awesome. That is a crap ton of Mortal Kombat games, and I'm glad they're coming to the Switch. I hope it is ported much better than this latest Mortal Kombat was. But, it's one of the, defining fighting games. It basically made it where games had to have ratings, T for teen, E for everybody, and shit like that. So, Mortal Kombat, one of my favorite fighting games franchises of all time. So, next up, we got Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment. It's basically, I think it's like a prequel to Breath of the Wild, but it's in the style of Dynasty Warriors. I think you play as Zelda herself, and you're just killing a bunch of enemies. And it's still the freaking same boss, same villain in Gandorf. I don't know how they continue to get away with it. Zelda franchise overrated. You heard it here. Next up, we got Dragon Quest VII Reimagined. I guess it's a remake of 7 because I'm pretty sure we're on like 12 at this point. Comes out February 5th, 2026. We got the release of Virtual Boy. I think Virtual Boy was before my time with Nintendo, but it's basically, I think you put like, it's not goggles, but I'm trying to think what it actually is. I don't know. It's a bunch of old ass games. Like one of the tennis games they showed, it was in red. I don't know. It's kind of shitty because you have to have a Nintendo Switch 2, I think, and then you have to buy this piece of the Virtual Boy, which is $100 to play those games. So, Metroid Prime 4 Beyond finally got a release date, and I know a lot of people are excited for that, and it launches December 4th. I never played any of the Metroid Primes, but I know there's a huge audience for it. I think Jordan is looking forward to this. I don't even know if he has a Switch 2, but if he does, if he gets one, I'm sure he'll be playing Metroid Prime 4. We got some Metroid Prime amiibos. And then the day of the Direct, which was the 12th, Donkey Kong Bonanza got a DLC, its first DLC already after basically a month, which is insane, or a month and a half or something. It looks awesome. I also look forward to possibly playing this game if I have time, can find time in, November, December. So next up, we got this wonderful game called Pokemon Pokopia. It's about a Ditto, bro. It's awful. Like you're making these games and not remaking, remastering, just porting Gen 1 through 3 over. No one wants a Ditto. Oh, jeez. Moving on. Power Wash Simulator 2. Who is buying a game to freaking wash shit? I don't know. Pokemon Legends ZA got another trailer showing off new Mega Evolutions. That's one of the bigger things for this game. And then, oddly enough, the game hasn't even come out, and they're already talking about it's getting a paid DLC. Nintendo really likes to throw out that word paid. It's called Mega Dimension, and it shows off Raichu. And then next up, we got Dan Garanpa 2x2. Some of the anime shit, bro. I just don't know. Resident Evil 7 and Village, which is 8. Their gold editions will be coming to Switch 2 February 27th, which isn't that the exact same day as Requiem? Yeah, it is. Holy shit. And then they shut off Resident Evil Requiem, which is Resident Evil 9, will also be coming to Switch 2 amongst, the other consoles, which is awesome. Once again, I don't think Capcom, they don't play exclusive deals. They're going to release on whatever. I just hope it runs well. So, next up we got Linked, Banner of the Spark. It's a roguelite with life sim gameplay mechanics. No release date? Yeah. Suka on these nuts game planet. It's a cute puzzle game. Winter 2025. Monster Hunter Stories 3 Twisted Reflection. I know these games do well, I'm sure, on the Switch. This did look cool. It's a spinoff of Monster Hunter. And it looks like you could ride a Rathalos. It's also turn-based. It's odd. Next year, March 13th for the Switch 2. Fatal Frame 2. Oh, Kiwi, how you doing?
How you doing? What are you talking about?
Switch to the Nintendo Direct. Did you watch it?
Oh.
I understand. It's pretty shitty, to be honest. Just going through the games. Are you still seething? Are you recovering? Or
No, I'm gonna go mad. I'm gonna go to bed mad again because I still have to kill that bitch. But
I understand. I've already talked about it, and I wished you the best of luck.
yeah, right. I respect. I did. Got up to the original last boss, and yeah, we'll see how it goes tomorrow.
What level did you get to?
I think I'm 99.
Okay, yeah, I'm sure that'll help because you were definitely getting phase 1 down, obviously, but that's the easiest part. It's phase 2 and his dumbassness. So
I just can't tell what his weapon is if it's not glowing. And that's the problem, is like the gold with the like background of the snow being bright doesn't like illuminate them enough or something. I don't know.
yeah,
He'll die, or my rage will consume me.
true. But that'll be a feat. I don't. So far, you've only got like what, an hour or so on it, and I think it took Jordan like he said 5 or something.
I think he said 7 or 8 hours, and if it takes me that, I'll quit. I'll quit the game before then.
You must power through. You can do it. You can just choose Leia. Just help you out. Right
No, Jordan won't let me live it down. All I'll hear about is the same thing, and I'm not dealing with that. But yeah, Fire Emblem Fortunes Weave, another Fire Emblem game.
No one cares.
Oh my god, the Fire Emblem games are actually pretty good. Okay, well, the last one they put out was that was a dog. That was fucking dog ass.
Who makes Fire Emblem?
Ooh, I don't remember their name. Let's see. We're not gonna show their. Okay, I guess we're not just gonna show it.
Oh, well, Koei Tecmo is a publisher.
No, yeah, it's not them. I think it's Intelligent Systems.
Mm.
I think they've made all of them. Yeah.
Are they always turn-based?
Yeah.
Mm.
It's just how it is. It's like a grid turn-based.
Yeah. I'm sure it'll do well.
Yeah, all I have to do is put their anime waifus in there and it's over.
True.
And they always have their anime waifus.
Speaking of anime, I finished the Digimon demo. Holy shit, is it anime?
But it was good
awesome.
though.
It was awesome.
Like comparing it to the Cyber Sleuth, how good was it?
I feel like there's a lot more to this one than Cyber Sleuth, but at the end of the day, it's Digimon. You know, you're raising these dumbasses. As long as it's not like the old days where you actually had to keep them happy and keep up with their poop and shit, and you just battle them, it's fine.
When do I get another Digimon World game? You know, I'm waiting for that.
Those were awesome. Where are those? Can you play them anywhere besides like emulators?
I don't know. I do want to play 4. I loved 4. It was so good. But when you
3
play
was my
alone, it's
favorite.
not as fun.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I think it was Digimon World 3, either 1 or 3. I had a copy of it on the PS1, and there was a certain part I literally could not get through. And I think it was because my game had scratches on it and it would just bug out completely. And I tried it on several different discs, actually. I owned it a couple times. But back in that game, you had to do specific things to move forward. So it was either I was running into a glitch due to scratches on my thing, or I never found out how to actually progress the story for me to get past that place, because it was obviously very linear back in the day. So, and it was kind of upsetting.
Surprised you don't have more digital or more physical games aside from you sell them instantly, but
I mean, there's just no point unless I'm gonna get
I just mean like
a.
old school games, not new games.
I have I think I still have my copy of Legend of Dragoon on the PS1. It's not.
Do you have it like framed, mint
No,
condition?
I'm pretty sure there's a crack in it. But yeah, Fatal Frame 2, I guess this is a remake.
Yeah, it's a remake. Fatal Frame
Yeah.
2 Crimson Butterfly remake.
Oh, well, right there. Um, I never played any of it. I don't know what Fatal Frame is. So,
Is that the camera game?
yes, it just said the power of the camera obscura.
Yeah, it's basically it's like Japanese horror with the camera being your weapon. That's sort of
That's
how it goes.
sounds stupid. That's like Pokemon Snap to me.
I mean, back in its time, it was neat. I don't know how well it does now. It's too. I don't know how. Like, I don't know what the newest ones. How the combat's gonna get any better? If it's just the same shit, it's sort of like, eh. You just sort of upscaled it.
Yeah. Next up, we got Dynasty Warrior Origins. At least Dynasty Warrior, I don't know. Like, I feel like they'd be very fun for your first time to play them, and then after that, it just get very boring and old because you're just murdering hundreds of enemies.
Yeah, like they're neat, but I just don't know how people could play it again. Like, it's like, oh, we have new characters. Annihilate the screen with your special abilities because you're considered a hero versus the peasants.
um, but yes, it's coming out January 22nd, Switch 2, and paid DLC. More games getting Switch 2 editions: One Piece Pirate Warriors 4, Overkick 2, Stardew Valley, Human Fall Flat, and then to end the show was Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave. Looks
Oh,
great. I'm sure it'll do well for the Fire Emblem fans.
wait, did you talk about the virtual boy?
Yes, I did. I really stupid shit.
Yeah,
It's
what a fucking goddamn money grab. What other piece of shit.
$100 for this dumbass looking thing to play basically a Pong version of like Mario Tennis. And then I
Yeah, I
talked
don't.
about the Galaxy remasters, $70 for both of them, or 40 individually.
Yeah, that's a ripoff too.
It's kind of stupid. But yeah, this Nintendo Direct was meh for sure. There's some decent stuff, I guess you could say. Like I'm obviously looking forward to the Galaxy movie. Um, I will potentially buy the Galaxy bundle maybe if it ever goes on sale, which obviously they don't, you know. 100% glad that Final Fantasy is getting it over there, and it's only $40, which is even better. So please, thank you, Square, for that. Hades 2 looks awesome. I highly doubt my computer can run that, so maybe I'll play it on Switch if I decide to play it. I love mythology, so do you have to play the first one though to kind of keep up with the second one, or is it different? I think it's a different character, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know if it's his sister or I don't know. I don't know who it's compared to. I think his name was Zagreus.
Mm. And then another one, bigger one, was Metroid Prime 4 finally getting a release date. It looks awesome if you like Metroid Prime.
It looks slow. It looks fucking slow.
Mm. Have you ever played any of these Monster Hunter spin-offs?
The stories now. I heard they're really good. It's just I think it's still I think it's turn based.
Yeah,
It's
this one
like
is
it's like what's the game? Dragon Warriors. It's like Dragon Warriors.
Mm.
You basically like capture monsters or hatch monsters. You get them, use their abilities to like progress through the world.
Yeah. But yeah, that was it for the Nintendo Direct. It was a meh for me for sure. Nintendo, for the love of God, just remaster 1 through 3 Gen Pokemon, put it over. I'll pay $100. I don't care. Um, what else would get me interested in Nintendo? That's all basically. I don't think I'd ever play Final Fantasy, especially the newer ones on Switch. I'm not
Why
sure
the
how you would be able to keep up with that combat.
I was gonna say, why the hell would you? The console's a big piece of garbage. Yeah, like Borderlands 4 came out, I think Tuesday.
Yep.
Maybe it came out Friday. Maybe it came out last Friday. But
Uh,
anyways, it had to be last Friday because on this, it's not even Tuesday. Um, but people are like, yeah, they were playing it on the Switch. Bad boy gets like 30 FPS, probably not even that. And that game runs like dog on everything else too. So
yeah. It seems like it's another fail. Um, is Donkey? I mean, I highly doubt he's playing it, but
me and Jordan might, but like it just comes down to how my computer runs it. And since my computer's yeah, big pile of dog too.
yeah.
But I mean, people said if it ran Monster Hunter Wilds, which was worse, it should be able to run that. So we'll see. I don't know
Right.
where we're getting it, but it looks aside from the optimization, which is becoming a basically an industry wide problem, it looked okay.
Yeah. Well, that's all I want to talk about. I've already been talking for almost an hour. Um, this month is insane. Like I was saying, Silk Song, Shadow Ish Drop, Borderlands 4, Hades 2 for the Switch, Final Fantasy Tactics at the end of the month. I feel like there's some other stuff. What is releasing? I what? Why would I ask about Apple?
Let's see. Kingdom Comes Deliverance DLC sounded like it launched.
Indiana
Mm,
Jones DLC.
Supposedly Trails in the Sky first chapter is very good, but that's anime shit. Oh, you got Dying Light the Beast. I don't know. I love the first Dying Light, but the next one.
Hell is Us releasing on September 4th. And then Chronos, The New Dawn, also released.
Yeah, the Silent Hill remake team. Heard it's decent.
And then we got everybody's golf hot shots released.
Hot Shots is great actually, but I'll probably never play it.
Yeah. NBA 2K, no one cares. Ooh, Garfield Kart 2.
Okay, how about Sonic Racing Cross Worlds?
What is that releasing this month?
Yeah, it comes out in 10 days.
Oh shit, that looks banging. Honestly,
It's
I hope
worth
it.
$70, bro. That's the
I mean,
problem.
but okay, well, is Mario Kart
No,
World versus 80?
Mario Kart's not worth that either.
There's a shitload of kart racers. So you got Mario Kart World, Sonic, Garfield Kart 2, and then Kirby Air Riders is also coming out this year. Skate. I think it's early access though. It's coming out tomorrow. Ooh, Frostpunk 2 is coming to consoles.
Oh, you got Silent Hill F coming out. That looks like all this list tells me.
Didn't they delay Baby Steps?
I thought he did for Silk Song.
Baby Steps delayed.
Oh, yeah, it's the 23rd now.
Oh, okay, so he just pushed it back a little bit. So
That game looks like garbage. I watched Distortion play it, and it just looked like, what the fuck is this? Like, I know it's like a rage game for, trying to get to a location like what's it called? What's the dude in the pot's name called?
I don't know what you're talking about, but I don't know the name of it. Guy and Pot game. Getting over it.
Yeah, that.
Yeah. I'm sure it'll have a big streamer audience for a few days to a week or something when it comes out. Ooh, we got Nicktoons and the Dice of Destiny.
How the hell is Nicktoons stuff still coming out?
Children. That's why.
Got Digimon Stories Time Strangers on my birthday.
Yeah, it's kind of shitty because it's releasing literally either I think it's a day before Ghost of Yote, so it's going to be completely overshadowed.
Yeah, but that's two different player bases. I don't give a shit.
I mean, true, but I don't think Bandai really cares. Like, they definitely don't think this is going to be in the game of the year conversation. It's just going to be for the Digimon fans.
All they have to do is just put more waifus in it. I'm telling you, if they put more of them in it, people gobble that up. Don't ask me why. People are all horny mongrels, but
I don't think Digimon really does that though, because it's kiddish. It's
no,
not
they
kiddish.
don't.
It's teen. It's more teen based.
Yeah, they don't. They don't put the heavy fan service. Like the main character, I guess, is that chick, right? Or who the hell's the main character? I guess it's a guy or a chick.
Yeah, you can pick,
I mean,
but
chick all the
like
way. Big rack. What do you mean?
I don't.
Spatchy,
I'm pretty
spatchy,
sure.
spatchy. Big rack. Big rack win.
Right. I think my dude's name was Spatchy Katori or something.
Oh, you gave him a first name, and then the other name's always Katori.
Yeah.
Yeah, October sort of sucks. You got Outer Worlds 2, Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD remake, which I don't know how like good this list truly is. Ninja Gaiden 4 is probably pretty good. I don't. Pokemon Legends Z and A, are those new or are those old?
That's the newest game. It's not a mainline game, but it's like the Legends Arceus game. But they're introducing the new mechanic of basically you can move and actually dodge uh things, but
So
it's
so
kind of
like do you control the Pokemon?
yeah,
Or is it
yeah.
like Pokemon Go and I like swipe to dodge stuff?
I think it's kind of like Go ish, but more sophisticated in that realm.
I mean, they do need to push towards that because that's the whole point of Pokemon.
Yeah, like they the entire franchise contradicts each other because of the card game completely different. The show tells lies when it comes to the games, but so did Yu-Gi-Oh and how it
Whoa,
was played.
whoa,
So
whoa, whoa.
Yugi literally cheated the entire time.
Heart of the cards. Answer my call. Ah!
Oh, you didn't notice that your uh Castle of Dark Illusions started to become old. I didn't, there's a time effect going on in this world. It started raining. The moth got wet. What?
I'll take you. I mean, at the end of the day, early Yu-Gi-Oh was really good. And even early Pokemon was really good. And then Pokemon went on for like 15 years and it's just like, bruh. Ash, then they made the cycle of Ash changing how he looked completely, and I was just like, okay.
No. Yu-Gi-Oh! It's I think peak was Dual City, that when the Egyptian gods came in. Dice Monsters was okay. It fell off hard
That's because
in the
they're weird
show.
as shit.
Um, but then after that, when they really started getting into the back, like the backstory of Yami and him, it just came super weird, kind of hard to keep up with. But I'm pretty sure I stopped watching back in the day, anyways. After Dice Monsters, like I never watched GX or anything like that.
God, bro, you didn't watch GX?
No, what is the
God,
name? Yokai or something?
I don't fucking remember what GX is. Was he the one dude with the blue and red hair?
Yeah, it was weird.
All I remember is Big Rack. Wait. Oh, no, that was Jaden Yuki. That's who that was, right?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, that was with the Heroes card set when that started. What the hell's the other one, though?
The
Ah, fuck, I
Yu-Gi-Oh!
don't know.
Yu-Gi-Oh card game used to be so awesome at the very beginning when it wasn't convoluted and there
Yeah,
was
complicated as hell.
paragraphs on the descriptions, and you also couldn't get one shot in your first turn and lose and shit. Like the only real way was Exodia, but no one, would have Exodia. Now it's just there's decks built around you getting, losing in the first turn. And I saw this one where there was actually a deck built around just boring people because it would take hours to beat this person because of how they structured their deck. They just kept getting cards over and over and over and not allowing the other person to play. So they would just keep drawing cards. And so they had to have officials be like, all right, we're giving a time limit. You need to stop. You're disqualified.
Oh, that's fine. I mean, they may as well be playing chess at that point. And if you didn't have a time limit, it'd be like, bro, we have been here for 3 hours. I have other matches. And you're like, I'm not done yet.
I feel like you can't do that in other TCGs. Maybe you can do it in Magic, but I don't think you can do it in Pokemon.
Nah, there's not many things. I mean, there's probably because I don't think Pokemon you can't. How do you win in Pokemon though?
I have no clue. I never played the actual card game back in the day because of you had to play with damage counters and you had to have your energies to actually play and you had to evolve. It was so stupid in my opinion compared to original Yu-Gi-Oh. You could just polymerize and there you are.
I guess you gotta knock out all their Pokemon. I don't fucking know. I don't know. That's too difficult for my brain. I'm not gonna go into that.
Tro.
But yeah, like Yu-Gi-Oh, you could avenge it. There were some cards where you could just heal so much and get so many life points, and then I could see people just dragging that shit on. It's like, ooh, immune to damage. Ooh, whatever the sword card was called that Yu-Gi always used. Ooh, and I'm pretty sure I think got banned early on because I mean it's OP as shit.
I think it originally started out with 2,000 points, and then the monsters they created were so in depth that they had to up the life points. At least they did in the show to like 5 or 6,000 or something, maybe even
Well,
8.
it was like 4,000, and then it went to 8,000. God knows what it is now.
Yeah, but they had to because people could just knock out. They just had so much more health and hit points and shit. Kind of want to get the Yu-Gi-Oh Legacy collection or whatever it is, but some of those games are in Japanese. Obviously, I wouldn't know how to play them.
They should have translations.
Maybe.
I mean, maybe they should.
Maybe. All right, I'm tired, so I'm going to end the episode. It was a great episode. I'm glad Kiwi joined me.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't notice.
No, that's perfectly fine. I didn't ping anybody. Have we done a Night Rain episode yet?
Unless you did with Jordan, no.
Okay. I need to do one with y'all and get our thoughts and impressions and everything.
God, it's just gonna be me bitching.
That's fine. I accept it. But yeah, Nintendo Direct, do better next time. Any last thought, Kiwi?
I hope Fire Emblem's Fortune Weave or whatever the hell it's called is gonna be good. Nintendo, make your games actually go on sale and be cheaper, or no, make better games instead of doing the same Mario and other garbage over and over and over and beating it to death. And yeah, give me more anime waifus.
You've heard it here. Anime horse racing.
Oh wait! You better not ruin Rosalina in the movie, or I'm gonna cut you.
We'll end it there. Donkey. I hope you're having fun watching Andor suck. Have a great night. And remember, you continue to believe us.
If you don't.
Bam.